This is Lenny Farlee, Purdue University Extension Forester. Now let's ID that tree. In this edition of ID That Tree, we're going to cover a couple of different genera of tree species that actually aren't native to Indiana, but we will certainly find them in the planted landscape and also on the Christmas tree lot this holiday season. And those are the firs and the spruces. Both of these are evergreen coniferous trees with single needles attached to the twigs. The species we have in front of us here is concolor fir, which is native to the western United States, but planted ornamentally here in Indiana. The firs in general tend to have very flexible, flattened, single needles attached to the twigs. When these needles are crushed, they oftentimes have a very attractive aromatic odor, oftentimes reminiscent of citrus. These needles are attached by a little round disc at the base of the needle to the twig. And so when these needles fall off of older twigs, they leave a little circle behind and relatively smooth twigs. Both of these species tend to have very conical form, almost forming pyramids, making them very attractive and ideal for Christmas tree use. The cones on firs have a tendency to stick straight up off of the stems, so they're pointing up toward the sky, and also they have a tendency to fall apart before they ever hit the ground. And so the scales are falling off these cones, releasing the seed from the tree, and so we'll almost never find a complete cone underneath a fir tree. Let's contrast that with spruces. And so this is Norway spruce, one of the European spruces, but very commonly planted here in Indiana. And you can see that it has cones that hang down from the branches, as opposed to the cones that stick up on the branches of fir. In addition, these cones, when they come off the tree, will come off complete. And so we will find whole cones underneath spruce trees on a regular basis. The foliage on spruce has a tendency to be stiffer and stouter than that on firs. And so these needles are oftentimes a little bit more angular, have a tendency to be a little more strong and pointed, not nearly as flexible or soft in texture as what we see on firs. The spruce needles are held on the twigs by a little stalk. And so when the needles come off of the older parts of the twigs, we have this little stalk left behind, and so the twigs have a tendency to be rough in texture. Both of these species make excellent landscaping and also great Christmas trees. So not native to Indiana, but something you're going to see on a regular basis, and that is the firs and the spruces.